back, everyone, to episode 16 of Squad Pod. We should probably reveal our costumes before we get
16,
to
that's wild.
Well, we're going to do one at a time. Everybody the same. Burn it.
No.
Oh, look at me.
What's up?
Nice. You play for the Buckeyes.
Ooh.
I knew Alex would like
Go
it.
Buckeyes. Go
I
Buckeyes.
should have worn my Michigan jersey.
Nope. I'm on the field, as you see. We just had
I
a
see.
tough game. Shit was crazy.
You got
All right,
pads
Evan.
off.
All right.
Got the pads off.
Yeah, you bench player.
No, not.
No, they just won like a title or some shit.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
Michael
Okay.
Myers here.
Evan, I think I
Okay.
got one better than you here, but it's a
Oh,
nice
oh, no.
mask. I'm just kidding. It's fine.
Go ahead, Alex.
I'm a witch.
What the? That's it.
How many costumes you guys got?
I mean, mine's not
That's-
exciting either, to be honest.
That's why I had to pick the football player, because, like, I'm running out of fucking options.
I
have a-
took
I have
this
a
from my
good-
daughter's room.
I have a
Yeah.
good one for next week, but
Can
this
you even
week's
see it?
kind of boring.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like your hat.
Alex
It's
is a
very
witch.
nice. It's very nice.
I'm Tiger Woods.
Oh, no, that's fucking...
Tiger Woods.
That's an awesome costume, bro. Oh my god. That's awesome. I respect the shit out of it. Damn, I should have thought of that. Damn.
Yo, I thought
Oh.
about wearing a football jersey, but I wore a basketball jersey the first time, and I was like, I'd be lazy if I wear a football jersey.
Yeah, I feel you. That's how I felt, but I was like, oh, fuck it, man. I
I
gotta
didn't
make it at
purposely
least.
wear the basketball jersey the first time; it just happened. But
I feel you. How you guys doing?
oh, doing great.
Tiger Woods.
I'm only going to wear this.
I haven't talked to
Just stay
Alex in a
neutral.
while. I mean, we kind of talked to him last week a little bit.
Yeah.
I watched that podcast, and I'm just like, holy shit, was I drunk?
Bro, you came in out
wearing
of
it.
nowhere. He's like, Cody, I'm
Cody,
wearing
I'm
your
wearing
shirt. And we're like, oh, that's all. It was like, we said something to you, and you're like, I'm wearing it. And like, it's just
Couldn't
like
hear
so,
shit, man.
it's so funny, man.
The crazy
Like,
thing
so-
is it wasn't even that busy. Like you guys have all been to Key West except Evan. Like usually that shit is packed. I
Yeah.
was surprised for as touristy a town it was, is how like strict they still were with the mask policy and everybody being socially distanced and stuff. Like
Yeah.
the reason it was loud is we were seeing a live band, but the band is like behind a piece of plastic or like a piece of like that thick plastic.
Yeah.
Everybody's like spaced out. When you're up getting drinks, you got to wear your mask, which is fine with me. I don't care.
Damn,
The-
so
The
That's
only
crazy.
thing that was different was, like, unlike Pennsylvania, you have to order food with every drink. You don't have to order food there. You can just go get to drinks, but you have to wear your mask when you're ordering, things like that. So it wasn't too bad. I was more nervous about the airport than I was about the
Airport
Then-
and airplane situation.
airplane was fine. I flew American, and they were fine. They were really, really, really strict. We actually have a story about it, but we'll get there. We're just starting with the segment on how Alex's Key West trip was, but they were really, really fine with like, hey, wear your mask, like, and they have people walking up and down the airport plane, like put your mask on, like if you're not eating, put a mask on. And when they're saying like you can eat and drink, they're talking like put it right back up. They're not, don't linger. Because I
Yeah.
had a mask and I didn't realize this, which I'm glad they told me. I had a mask with one of those vents on the side. And the guy came over to me with a mask and was like, you can't wear that. Like there too much air escapes that vent. And I was like, oh, I had other masks. So I was like, oh, no problem. I'll put another mask on. But they were pretty strict. So I felt comfortable on the airplane itself. Airport, people are crazy.
Yeah.
a little less.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's harder to govern that many people in an airport, but like the big thing that stuck out to me, I'm standing in line and this dude who obviously, just from the way he is dressed and carried himself, doesn't believe that the coronavirus even exists, carries like his mask is down, walking through a crowd of people, and not near me. I was pretty far away, but I see him just like, and I'm just like, you
Oh
mother.
my
Like that
god.
is the point of this. Like just pulling up to cough, and I'd have been more happy because I'm not mad if like people put it over their nose and sit and mind their own business, whatever, as long as you're away from people. But
Yeah,
I was so pissed off.
yeah.
But
I hate seeing that too.
funniest airport story happened to me. Not funny. I felt kind of bad for the lady, but she kind of did it to herself. We're in the bag check, and she had like I'm coming back at this point, and she had like soap or lotion or something that they wouldn't let her have on the plane. She freaks out because this lotion's like $50 or whatever it was. So she's freaking out on security, and they're just like, like plane rules are pretty strict. We all kind of
Yeah.
know them. Like these are the rules set in place. So, anyways, as I'm going through the stuff, I'm like, she's on my plane. She's definitely coming. Of course she is. I'm standing in line, and here she comes walking up, and she's standing in line with us. And like a lady like two things behind me is like, oh my God, I can't believe they're gonna let her on a plane after that freak out. So I don't hear the lady that got her stuff taken away. But the lady that said something, she pulled a security guard over and she's like, she's ranting back there. And I heard her say something about she's going to bring a gun and stuff. I don't know if the lady actually said it or not because I didn't hear her, but like security was no joke, man. They pulled this lady out of line and they were just like, you're not getting on this plane, unfortunately, blah, blah, blah. She's like, I
Oh,
never
God.
said that. She's like, you've checked my luggage. I don't have anything. And they're like, ma'am, regardless, you're not getting on this
Oh my
plane. Like,
Oh my
god.
it is not
God.
happening. So they pulled this lady off this plane. So I was just like, I mean, if she said it, learn to be an adult. Don't say that kind of stuff in an airport. Like, don't say it. But there was a dude in front of me. He said a funny joke. He's like, "What if I'm on the plane and I see my friend Jack and I say hi, Jack?" And I'm just like,
Oh my
"Dad
god.
joke."
That's just ridiculous.
Everyone's like, "What?"
What?
What? I was like, "That's pretty funny though." He made light of the situation, but I couldn't believe the lady got torn off the plane.
Yeah,
But
that's crazy, man.
I did call you guys super drunk. I
You did.
hurt
It
my
was funny.
foot really bad that night. Like, still, my foot is all bruised up. I don't know what I did to it. I just woke up like that.
You probably
Um,
just like stumbled off a curb, twisted that shit.
Just kept
no,
rolling.
dude,
Just,
man.
oh, well, it'll be all right in the morning.
Well, like I said, we went and saw a band, the Marshall Murdoch band. For anybody watching, they're pretty good actually. You should look them up. But anyways, saw the band, got hammered, took my mom home at like 12:30 or 1 o'clock because my mom was there, and me and Marissa went back out. Oh, that was a mistake, man. I met these two people. They were in the thing, and they both had Jackie Robinson jerseys on, but like not with his name on it. It was just his number, and like it was his jersey. And
Yeah.
like I'm like, yo, they're wearing Jackie Robinson jerseys, both of them. And Marissa's like, no, they're not, Alex. And I'm like, first off, you don't know nothing about baseball. You don't even come at me. And I was like, why would they both wear them as a couple if they didn't want people to talk to them about it? So I like walk up to these people and I'm like, hey, you got Jackie Robinson jerseys on? And they're like, yeah, yeah. And I was like, oh, yeah. And then I hung out with those people for 20, 30 minutes buying drinks and shooting everything because I was the only person, I guess, that whole night who knew they were wearing Jackie Robinson jerseys. Because it was like a Halloween thing down there and
Made a whole
stuff.
movie
Okay.
about it.
Yeah.
Well, again, I mean, not to impede on your guys' sports show, but I'm kind of rooting Dodgers because it used to be the Brooklyn Dodgers, and that kind of goes into my basketball team. So go Dodgers. I mean, I don't
Talked
really
about
give.
that last night. Ryan talked about it. a little
Yeah,
bit.
that's what I would. I'd like Brooklyn Dodgers. Ryan, who's the guest? I didn't see it.
Ryan Leitner.
Oh, dude, I just saw him. He lives near me. Did I tell you?
Yeah, he lives like
Yeah.
like
Like,
right near you. He said.
I talked to him like 2 days ago. I was like, I'm sorry about your Packers, man. He's like,
He
oh.
said we talked about how we're gonna get you both on, but you guys are gonna be just like hanging out. You guys are gonna be in the same room on
Yeah.
a video.
He literally is probably next door to me right now. He
Yeah.
lives down the street.
But it was like our longest podcast, man. It went on for
Yeah,
like
it was
2
almost
hours.
2 hours, like
Oof.
an hour and 51 minutes.
Yeah, but
I
we
was
just
like,
we were
damn.
talking about sports.
The last
It was
podcast,
great though.
y'all didn't put
Yeah.
enough respect on my boy Chase Claypool's name. So
Hey, I put him on the cover,
I
bro.
saw the cover, and I was, ooh, they're gonna have a good long segment about how ball and Chase is, and it was
Nope.
like done.
We talked
I
about
was-
Chase Claypool for about 0.3 seconds,
I was like,
and
ah,
then we moved
Chase
on.
Claypool ballity. I like
You gotta get your ass on the podcast if you want to talk Steelers. That's how it is. Because me and
All right.
Wyatt be talking lots of Patriots, lots of Eagles.
you gotta lift the band when the band's lifted.
The band will be lifted whenever you're available to come on the goddamn show.
The whole time I'm on the show, you put like a big like line over me, like band, semi-band.
Semi-band or something.
We
We'll have
have
like
been
Jeremy.
saying that you are banned on the show.
I'll
Have
come
one.
in and like deep fake me, like where it's like a black outline of me and my voice is like,
Yo,
like that's not Alex.
Evan, you freaking me out because you just sitting there just staring in a mask.
Yeah, that's real
Like,
freaky.
It's freaky.
And his
So-
eyes
And
are
because
moving.
you're not
and
saying
shit,
anything, you're just sitting there staring through a mask.
just nodding.
When I talk, it echoes back into my ears and it hurts.
The mask off.
Yeah, take the mask off, man. You don't have to wear it the
I'm
whole
going
podcast.
to.
Field.
I figured I'd
Speaking
keep
of-
going for like the scary movie talk.
Did
And
you
then-
watch?
and I'm
Did you
done.
watch? Did you watch Halloween yet, Evan? Or are you just wearing it?
No, I don't think I've watched Halloween this year.
I wait
Not
till
yet.
Halloween. I'm with Wyatt. I wait till Halloween.
I wait till
day.
Halloween.
We plan to.
I love Halloween.
I'm gonna watch the first one, the second one, and then the 2018 one.
I don't
No,
own
we
the
don't
20.
watch the first and second one on Halloween.
Yeah, we'll probably watch first and second one. What you guys watching though? What's your horror movies? Everybody's
Oh
into
man,
here.
I watched a bunch of horror movies since our
tell
last
me.
podcast. Just the whole time, bro. Like every night.
All right, let's hear.
First one I watched was The Curse of Frankenstein. It's an old Hammer horror movie.
Hammer's awesome.
I've never seen it before. It was pretty good. Pretty good
Hammer-
story wise.
Hammer films you should get in. If you've haven't seen a lot of them, they're great films. All the
They have a
Hammers.
couple of them on HBO Max. So that
Yeah.
I think the couple Dracula ones I'm gonna check out next.
Hammer's
Like
like. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, you good, man. I
Hammer's
haven't
just
seen
like
too many of them.
the next evolution of like you like classic horror, where it's
Yeah.
like the old black and white and
Old
suspenseful
monster
horror.
movies.
Hammer's where it became more like gory and like not like obviously like today's standards, but still that was the next evolution of
Yeah.
of like big horror, you
Like
know.
before it got to
Definitely
today.
was.
Yeah, before guys, it was what took like
like a
black and
stepping
white
stone.
horror movie to like modern horror, you know.
Mhm.
Right.
It's good. Good.
Definitely
good
showed a
movies.
lot more blood than
Uh,
like the monster movies.
Hammer old monster movies don't show any blood.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all cutaways.
I did watch Friday 13th Part 3 and 4, so I've been trekking through there.
I
through the
forget which
Friday
one we
13th.
watched. We watched one of them.
I think you said 4 you watched with the kid
I don't know.
Corey
It had
Feldman.
like
Corey
the
Feldman.
little boy. Was it young Tommy Jarvis?
Yeah,
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 it's
he
Corey
like
Feldman.
straight up like machetes
Feldman.
Jason right in the face.
Tommy
Yeah.
Jarvis.
yeah.
I just
He,
think
like,
of that
game.
he shaves his head.
His machetes and all like, all right.
Looking crazy.
That's one of my favorite Friday 13s. I really like that one.
I was doing schoolwork. Actually, every
Corey Feldman takes it out of it for me a little bit. Anytime I see Corey Feldman, all I can think of is Corey Feldman. Like,
He's such a good child actor, though. Like,
I love
in,
him,
like,
man. Some of my
Goonies
favorite
and-
movies have it. Lost Boys is one of the movies
Lost
I've watched
Boys.
recently,
Yeah,
so
Lost
I'll get
Boys.
into it. I love him, but I don't know. There's something about that one. I do like it though.
He's in the Gremlins.
Yeah, for like a little bit though.
Yeah, he's not in like the
Yeah.
whole movie. Yeah, I watched those. I watched the Psycho, the old Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah, we
classic.
watched like like maybe 5 minutes of it the other day.
Great
Psycho.
Yeah.
Great classic.
Yeah, classic, man. I got like the Blu-ray collection of all the Psychos. Like,
All
The
the
Shining. We watched. Yeah, like there's 4 of them.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the first 2 are actually really good. The second
Are they-
one is a pretty good sequel.
Are they all Alfred Hitchcock or just the first one and then it
No,
continued
just the
on?
first one, and then the second one I think they made in like the early '80s. But it has like the same dude that played Norman Bates in it. But it's pretty good, man. It continues off the first one.
I'll have to look into them. The only Psychos I've ever seen are obviously the original and then the Vince Vaughn remake, which is
Yeah, I don't think I've actually seen that one.
It's
But I do know
all-
it's like a shot-for-shot remake.
like a shot for shot remake. And like we talked about that with like other movies, but like when we're talking shot for shot, guys, I'm serious. Like they
Yeah,
just
like,
remade the movie.
They remade the movie.
Not reimagined, not made better scenes, not made it gorier. Just it's the same fucking movie, just with different actors.
Yeah.
just
like-
nowadays.
Just nowadays, like color. Like
Right.
Okay.
That's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
people hated it.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
like
I
a
don't-
port onto a like of an old video
Of a
game.
movie. Like I don't mind like remakes and reimaginings. It's fine with me, but like make it different. Like
Yeah, do something different.
make it
with
something. that I don't have to, or else I'll just watch the original. There was nothing wrong with Alfred Hitchcock. He's known as the master of suspense for a reason.
Yeah.
Anyways, you got a
I watched
list
The
now.
Shining this. Yeah, man, I've been watching them. I watched The Shining this weekend. It's classic.
Classic.
Terrified. It's a movie on Shudder. It's really good. It's like a Spanish. It's a foreign movie, but it is really good. It has a really good atmosphere. It's pretty creepy. There's another one on there also called Z, and it's kind of like a ghost movie. It's like a kid has an imaginary friend, but like it's also has some good atmosphere. It's pretty creepy. Check that one out. And then there's one called Host on Shudder, which is entirely filmed on Zoom, and it's pretty cool. It's only like an hour and 20 minutes, but it's like a nice little ghost like movie, and it has like five girls in it, and it's all over Zoom. Like it's entirely filmed on Zoom, and they actually had to do like all the effects themselves. They filmed it over quarantine.
Wow.
And like it's pretty
That's
cool,
interesting
man.
just for the concept.
Yeah, that
it's
sounds
pretty
cool,
cool.
too.
Just a cool film idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked it. And then Phantasm. I think Alex has watched Phantasm
Love
before.
Phantasm.
I watched Phantasm the other night.
Weird movie.
It
no
is a
no
weird-
idea where that movie's
It
going.
is a really weird movie. And then What We Do in the Shadows. I watched over the weekend also. Definitely watch What We Do in the Shadows. You haven't seen that movie. It's hilarious.
I have
That's
not.
one I have seen, and I
It's
love
Taika
that
Waititi.
shit.
I've not seen
It's
that movie.
so great. See, like
It is.
that's weird because like I haven't seen most of the ones that you listed, but that one, and with Alex has seen most of the ones that you listed, and that one random one at the end I've seen and Alex hasn't seen. But hey, that's just the way she goes sometimes, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
but I
Did
would
you
love
watch-
to start watching. I just haven't seen a lot of
Yeah.
those movies.
Did you watch the Stanley Kubrick Shining? Is that the one you
Yeah.
watched? Oh,
Yeah.
You know what my favorite Stanley Kubrick movie is? The Moon Landing.
Of course,
I'm fucking with you.
of course,
Somehow I thought that's where you were gonna go with it.
of course.
I was like, wait a minute.
I got him to
It's
get
like,
up.
oh,
He's like, nah. This
Do you have a favorite Kubrick movie? Or aren't you like a big Kubrick fan?
Yeah, I like Kubrick. I don't. I mean, I do like Clockwork Orange. I don't think it's as great as everybody. I mean, I don't. It's just too disturbing for me. It's like the Joker movie. Like you see it once and like, I'm okay
feel
after
you.
that. You know, like
I've
even
seen it a couple times, like years and years ago, but I feel like I didn't get it when I watched it. I feel like I need to watch it more recently to kind of like maybe I'll get it. But like,
It's
I'm with
just-
you though. I didn't
it's
see like
it's
what was
depressing.
so special about
Yeah,
it.
it's
It is.
depressing. It's like I love the Joker. I'm not saying the Joker's a bad movie. I will probably never go out and watch the Joker again. Like it's just depressing. It doesn't put me in a good place. And like I
It's a
didn't.
really good movie though.
I'm not saying that. Like
Oh, I
it's
know.
fine-
I know.
It's fine to see a movie one time and be like, this is a good film. I don't ever have to watch it again. Like I'm okay
Yeah.
without it. You know, like
I
it's
understand.
just a sad movie that doesn't. It puts me in a place of society that I don't want to be in. On a movie night, you know, I don't want to sit down
Oh,
and
I
watch that with my girl, you know,
I
maybe by
understand.
myself. But
Yeah, I only watched it again. That like I remember watching it for the first time with Vern. He put a
oh,
NASA shirt on. But like
yeah, I'm really into.
I
fiction
watched it with
novels, too.
Vern, and it like blew my mind how good it was. I really liked it.
What movie?
Yeah,
Joker.
Joker.
Oh yeah, that shit was crazy.
But yeah,
It was
like
good.
we watched it, and then I watched it again with Annette. She didn't see it.
I've only
and
seen it
I
that
really
one
liked it.
time so far.
But yeah, I probably won't really have
That-
the need to watch it again.
That's what we're talking about, though. It's not that we don't, and we talked about it because Kubrick made another movie called Clockwork Orange, is super depressing. But like, I will never probably watch the Joker again in the foreseeable future because like it's just not a movie that brings joy to me. It was
Yeah.
a great film. It was great. I'm not sitting
Yeah.
here saying that.
It was amazing, but
But
it
it was
Same
like,
kind
yeah.
of.
It was one of
theory.
those.
Same
Ugh.
theory, also a different Kubrick movie. I'm the same way with 2001. I've seen it. I don't want to see it again. I'm
Yeah,
good.
I'm good. Like I don't need to ever
It's
see it
good.
again.
It was-
what?
I understand why it's cool and how revolutionary it was, but that movie was boring as shit.
The special effects though were just
Oh, it was amazing. It looks real. Like
looks real.
for the 60s, it looks
Oh.
amazing. And I get the
watched-
story he was trying to tell, but it's just so like drawn out, so like you can appreciate the effects, and it's just like 5 minutes of just nothing, no talking, just effects, or
It's
10
hard.
minutes of just effect. Like it's
It's
really
hard to
slow.
go back. And I try to tell Marissa when we watch old movies like that, I'm like, it's hard to go back because we live in a world where I literally can see anything. Like
Yeah.
effects have come to a point where I can see anything and they look
Right.
believable. Where back then, dude, when they saw 2001 Space Odyssey, like that shit was like space, space. Like they've never seen anything like
in space?
like
Right?
even that's why Star Wars is the most successful film of its time. Like it was the most believable effects people have ever seen. They were just like, holy shit, this is crazy.
Now I got Thanos walking around.
Exactly. Shout out though. Shout out. There's a great thing. It's called I forget what it's called. It's called VFX Artists React, and they just react.
Oh,
to,
I
like,
love that.
Yeah.
It's a YouTube series.
It's YouTube
And they
series.
bring on like special VFX
yes.
artists sometimes and stuff like that. And they just tell you like, see right here, it's not as smooth, and like I love that shit.
How have you
I
never
haven't
told
seen
me
that.
about this? I just
I've
got
never
into
heard of
that.
it.
I'm like a nerd about that shit too.
Oh,
man.
me
I
too,
love
man.
that shit.
I just got into it like 2 weeks ago on vacation.
Really?
I got sick. I got sick, like hungover, obviously. So I spent like a good portion of the morning just sitting in my bedroom. I watched probably like 4 hours of it, dude. I was just
Bro,
like,
I love it. I haven't watched them recently, but I have in the past.
oh,
You
they're
guys
awesome.
link this because I need a new rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
please,
Fall
dude.
into. Can you send that in the group chat?
They just sit on the
Speaking of
couch,
that kind of
right?
shit,
Yeah.
on Shudder, there's a Tom Savini documentary that's really fucking cool.
Great special effects.
Yeah,
Now,
but
Tom
there's like a
Savini's more
whole
practical.
documentary about like his whole like career, and it's really cool
Okay.
because he's done
Before we
like
got-
such a huge range of movies, man.
Oh yeah, Tom Savini's a legend. I have a Tom Savini in my horror movies. I'll roll into that. Favorite Kubrick movie though is just pure nostalgia. Is AI. I know that was Steven Spielberg, but Kubrick started it, so that's
Okay,
that's my favorite movie. It's just pure nostalgia. But
I got you.
speaking of Tom Savini, one of the horror movies I recently watched was Creepshow, and if none of you have watched Creepshow, it is
Show good.
fan-fucking-tastic.
I'm gonna
It
keep
is-
plugging Shudder because the the show on
Reboot?
Creepshow they put is really good.
It was.
I liked
But
it.
the original, if you two haven't seen it, because you guys haven't seen any horror movies, I know Wyatt has seen it, is written by Stephen King, like all the screenplays, which you guys know who Stephen King is, directed by George A. Romero, who did like Night of the Living Dead and stuff, like famous director, and all the special effects were done by Tom Savini. Like, just like this movie was like the powerhouse of horror back then, and just like it's just like 5 short stories like thrown into a movie, and it's great.
Okay.
You ever watch like Tales from the Crypt or something like that?
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's very, very similar to that. Like it's like comic booky,
an anthology type
kind of stuff. We watched Gremlins, which we brought up for a second.
Nice. I
which
haven't seen that in a long time.
I think it's more of a Christmas movie, to be honest with you. After rewatch,
I agree.
More of
I
a
would
Christmas.
agree. Yeah.
Evil Dead 1 and 2. I just watched like last
Ooh,
night. The night
nice. Yeah, I
before.
watched Evil Dead 2 the other couple weeks ago. Classic, man. Love that
Class. Still have a soft spot for the first one, but objectively,
movie. Oh, I love the first one, but like
Objectively,
that second
second
one is
better.
so good.
yeah, the just effects are great.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. I mean, because we went on vacation, I haven't really been watching much.
Yeah.
About
Feel
it
you,
for,
man.
that's it for mine.
Evan, what'd you think of Hereditary since you've watched it since we talked last?
Yeah, I'm gonna save Hereditary for last. So some of these I was doing schoolwork in, so Brittany started watching them, and then of course I got completely distracted from doing my schoolwork and started watching them as well. So Friday the 13th was one of them. Trick or Treat she watched last night.
Trick or Treat's really good, man.
Trick or Treat was good. Now I got in at about the time the kids started puking up all the blood. I don't know how
Okay,
far in
yeah.
that movie or how
That's not that far.
but I also kind of lost it. But it seems like a movie I do want to watch the whole way through, though.
You should.
Yeah.
It has some humor to it.
Oh yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
It's like a funny, scary movie. Like,
Yeah.
It's not like it's not gonna like creep you out, but it's I don't know.
Yeah, it has some surprising moments in it too.
Yeah, I really liked it. What was another one? It wasn't. This is not a scary movie at all in terms of like horror. It's not, but it might scare you about your morality, I guess. We watched that Clouds movie that just came out on Disney Plus. Not horror at all. It's
I don't
about
know
the
if I've
17-year-old
heard
that
of
had
that one.
cancer, and he wrote
I
a
didn't
song
know-
like
I don't think I've
7
heard of
years
that
ago. It got like super popular. Yeah, it was sad, but
I don't
Yeah.
like sad.
no, yeah, it was sad. Yeah, it wasn't.
Disney Plus has got that new space movie. You gonna watch that, Vernon? That new NASA
Mhm.
one? See that
Of
shit? That
course.
was cool.
I saw.
That was,
I can't wait.
Vernon's already got
I
it
just
queued
need some
up.
time.
I'm gonna be writing those fake. I'm just kidding. At this point, I'm just fucking with you guys.
Hey,
Go ahead.
Fake.
I didn't even
Fake
come
news.
at you. I just wanted to put this shirt on so
Oh, no,
like you
I'm
have to
just-
look at it.
Hey man, I'm wearing my Space Fox shirt.
Nice. Nice. I like it.
Anyways, Evan, I'm sorry, I
But
didn't cut you off.
yeah, I don't know if you heard Alex. I watched Trick or Treat, so
Great movie.
yeah.
Did we already talk about it? I don't want to go back.
We didn't talk
not
about
really.
it too much.
Yeah.
Oh, I liked it. I love horror anthology movies where it's like a couple different stories.
Mhm.
Love that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, that was
'Cause
the whole movie. Yeah, it was just like,
Yeah,
and
it's
it
the whole
just kept like like backtracking, and then like at the end, it all
It
came
kinda
together. Yeah, it was
All connects.
That's why that one was so cool though, is because it did all kind of like
like
connect.
the last scene is like literally everyone is in it some way, shape, or form. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool.
But
yeah,
yeah. But
I mean,
anyway,
they've
so
been teasing
Hereditary.
the sequel for years.
I hope they
Like,
do it, man. It was fun.
He's been talking about making it for years, and it's just never happened.
It was
Oh,
a
so
fun.
So they
it
do
was a
plan on
fun
making
horror
a sequel.
well,
I mean, apparently it's like the dude has it written, the guy that directed the
Oh.
first one, but like it's just a matter of like I think it was Lionsgate if they want to make it or not.
it's all about that money. Can you get that
Yeah.
production
Was it not
value?
that successful when it came out?
I don't think so initially, but it had a lot of success
All
after
right.
it was after
Yeah.
it
Like
was
a cult
on home
following.
video
It's
and
getting a
yeah,
cult following.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much demand there is other
Well,
than
if it
just
wasn't
like
for
the cult
AMC, I would
following.
have watched it. So you know.
Yeah,
But anyway, yeah. So we watched Hereditary. I think I hyped myself up a little bit too much before we
Yeah.
started watching it.
that's probably
Uh,
our fault.
I,
My
I
fault.
thought it was going to like ruin my life, and it was good. Like it wasn't bad. I didn't think it was bad at all.
Yeah.
But
It's pretty dark. It's pretty dark. Has
Yeah.
some. It's pretty. Has some dread to it.
yeah, it didn't end good at all. It was it wasn't a happy ending.
Oh,
Everyone
no.
died.
Yeah.
All the best horror movies aren't.
Yeah, but I do like though, and that's what Brittany said actually right when we finished it. And you guys know, if you remember, my biggest complaint with horror movies is that I hate how they end. They always end bad. They don't wrap it up. At least this movie wrapped it up.
Yeah.
It tied that nice little bow on it. You know, like yeah, everyone died, but at least you get it. You know, you get what happened. It at least
Yeah.
explains itself. But dude, though, when she floated away after crawling on the wall, I laughed. I couldn't help it. Like, she was
I
like,
feel you.
it was right after one of the scariest parts where she's just like up in the ceiling there.
Yeah,
And it's-
I remember specifically that creeped me out when I
She's
first
like
watched
floats
it.
away. I'm like,
Yeah. She like climbs
yeah.
on the wall.
Yeah, I was like, why didn't they have her crawl? Like that would have been so creepy. But if she just
But yeah.
freaking floats, I mean, I guess it didn't.
I just remember watching it like by myself for like the first time I watched it, and it was just I had all the lights off, and when that part like popped, that scene popped on whenever she's up in the corner when he wakes up, bro.
Mhm.
I just like I remember getting chills. Like I just felt like there was something behind me the whole time when I was
Just scared
watching it because she's just chilling there for a little
Yeah.
while, just watching him.
It's
I
So
think
they-
I
oh,
caught that
man.
before Brittany did too, because I was like,
Yeah.
look, she's up there.
Those A24 movies are really good when it comes to horror.
We want to watch Midsummer, but Brittany said she wants to watch it in the middle of the day. So
Midsummer's good. It's the
She
same
actually-
director of Hereditary.
she, I think, thought Hereditary was a little bit freakier than I did. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was freaky though. Like
Midsummer
it-
is like a whole like different kind of freaky.
that's from what I've picked up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've braced myself already though, but I'm not gonna look too much into it because I think that
Yeah.
ruined it for me. With
Yeah, the best part is going in blind.
I didn't spoil anything.
It's
I
pretty
think
much
just,
how I watched it a couple weeks ago.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's right. You did just watch it.
Mhm.
They have a couple
Yeah, I
good
just- I
movies,
think I
though, like
just-
The Witch is good. I would try to watch The Witch sometime.
The Witch.
That's on Netflix. Yeah, it's an A24 movie. You might want to watch it with subtitles because it's like very old, like pilgrimy dialogue, thick accents, and it's like I had to watch it with subtitles because it's like some parts are really quiet, and with the accent, you don't know what the fuck they're saying.
Man, I
So
got
there's, like,
kids. I watch everything with
You
subtitles.
gotta watch it sub, not dub.
Everything with
That's
subtitles.
good. It Comes at Night's pretty good. I like that. I know a lot of people hated it. That was pretty much mismarketed though when it came out. They marketed it like a straight horror movie, like a monster movie, and it's not at all.
Because all I did, I watched one trailer for Hereditary. They did not market it like it was that much of a scary movie. That one
No.
trailer, it was like more of like a family drama, and it
Yeah.
was. It's not. A
They
family
make it like
drama.
the girls in the whole movie and shit.
Yeah, that actually surprised me. That to me was the peak. because I was like, whoa, I don't know what's going on now. Like I thought she was gonna be like a big part. And it's like, oh,
And the
she
best
gone.
part, like, is the atmosphere in that movie because they don't use much music at all, really.
No.
So it's just like quiet and just like I don't know. It just gives like it's eerie.
Mhm.
There's something eerie about
You're
it, especially
uneasy
that
the whole
scene.
time.
Yeah, where like that scene happens and he's just sitting in the car and it's just silent,
Yeah.
and then like he's like goes to
Then
look
goes
behind
home.
him.
Silent for like a solid. I mean, maybe
Ooh,
not 5
it's
full
giving me
minutes, but it is
chills
a
thinking
long
about
time.
it, dude.
I could
I need to
like
watch it.
picture when he just like goes home and
He's just like,
he
I'm gonna
just
go to
He's
sleep.
doesn't
in
know
shock
what
and he
to
just lays down, and then like the
Yeah.
next
Oh my
morning,
God.
and like oh my gosh,
And you
it's
hear
crazy.
the people screaming, the parents
Yeah, the
screaming,
mom.
right?
Mhm.
Oh my
Yeah, that
God.
was. Yeah,
It's
that
a
was.
heavy
Oh,
movie.
and then
I'm
they
getting
cut to her
chills
head.
thinking about that shit. That is a crazy
They
scene.
cut right to her head, covered in all the. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
her in the
I've
and then
only
it
head.
just
seen
gets
that's a
weird.
movie I've only seen once or twice. I think I've actually only seen it once, but I
I've only seen it
remember
once.
I
Mhm.
remember bits
Wow.
and pieces
Year,
of
I
it.
only saw it once
Uh,
years ago.
Probably the peak like creep part though was probably when she was like sawing her head off. That was
Oh yeah.
you could like hear it, like she's hanging there. She's just like, and
I remember like the part where she was up in the corner freaked me out, and then the other part I told you through the messenger
when her
was
head
whenever
falls
like
off.
he wakes up and she's just sitting there in the corner, and then her head just leans down and falls off. It
And it's
turns
like a
into the
basketball or
basketball.
something. Yeah,
Bro, I just
that was
like
cool.
I remember her head dropping and like my stomach dropped. Like you're on like a roller coaster. I was like, what the fuck was that? Like what happened? Like I can't wait until that dude releases another movie because I don't
Yeah.
know what he's capable of.
That was really good.
'Cause
That one
was
I actually
wild.
sat down and watched. I wasn't doing.
Midsummer's crazy, so it's like, what else is he gonna do?
I didn't like Midsummer as much, to be honest with you. I mean, good movie. It's a good movie, but didn't
Yeah,
like it as much.
I'm not saying it's a masterpiece. I liked Hereditary more, but I thought it was different. It was something that wasn't really done before that I've seen.
Did you guys see it? Did you guys see that study that came out with the scariest movies of all time? It just came out like a couple of days ago.
No.
Yeah, I
Sinister.
did see that.
Yeah,
Sinister, is like,
Sinister is like the #1 movie, the scariest movie of all time. They did like, I think only 50 people. I think it was just a couple college kids, or
Yeah.
probably.
Wow, that's a terrible sample size.
But they did 100 hours of horror movies, and they rated people's like heart measurements, you know.
Okay.
And Sinister. Hold on, I actually have the article here a little bit.
I like that movie though.
I like
It's not a bad
Sinister.
movie.
I thought it was good.
I've
Listen,
seen-
I hate jump scares. I think I've talked about that on this show before, where I'm not a big fan of jump scares. But the jump scare where he's like looking in the attic at Sinister, that thing, like I knew it was coming the entire time, and I was like, it still gave me a fucking
It's
heart
still-
attack.
The fact that it was even there because you're expecting it there, but you know they're probably not
yeah.
going to do it because they know that you're expecting it, but they
Oh.
did it
And then
anyway.
they do it.
I
Yeah,
hate that. I hate it because like in like especially in movies now, you know when to expect it, and then
Right.
like they kind of do another turn where you're like you
Yeah.
know it's gonna happen, and then they stop, and you're like, oh great, there's another one, and then it
Something
kind of
else
just goes
goes
on a
there.
little longer, so you're like, oh you sons of bitches,
They get you comfy.
yeah. And I'm
They-
like, I know it's coming.
I remember
That
being
was one of.
younger.
I like that
watching,
about
like,
Hereditary. There was
Paranormal.
one jump scare, and it wasn't even
Yeah.
really a
Oh,
jump.
I
Yeah.
love films that aren't jump scares.
But it
Yeah,
was.
that was the
but
best
I was
part. It
expecting
creeps
them.
you out with the atmosphere and the
Mhm.
dread.
I was waiting for a jump scare. I was like, okay, well, like it's been silent, it's creepy. Like, where's the jump scare? This is
Like
what
jump
I'm.
out.
The only one I can really think of is like at the end, whenever he's standing in, like the living room and she comes running out of the corner. Like
Oh, I was thinking
black
of the
corner.
bird at the window.
Oh yeah, that too.
Like
yeah.
she's just kind of like looking out the window, and the bird just like
yeah.
offs itself, just runs right in the window.
Listen,
Yeah.
I have the article here up. It's beats per minute is what they're doing. Sinister did 80 on average 85 beats per minute, followed by The Conjuring at 84, Hereditary at 83, and Paranormal Activities at 82. It's weird because I wouldn't consider two of these movies at all scary. Like I'm not scared of The Conjuring or Paranormal Activities at all. Only because I think I don't super believe in ghosts. So
Yeah, I
like,
was gonna say Paranormal Activity's not really that scary.
It's fine.
Yeah,
But that's just
like
me.
that movie's
I mean-
just nothing but jump scares.
but I think when the original came out, now this isn't talking about when they originally saw it, but when the original came out, that was a really good found footage movie. You know, like nobody.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's other movies like that.
It was original for the
It
time.
was very original for the time. You know, only why I'm in this article, only 4 films more than 20 years old made the ranking, and all of them are great movies. It is The Exorcist, which I think is one of the scariest films of all time.
I love that movie, dude.
Nightmare on Elm
Amazing.
Nightmare on Elm Street, which is a fantastic slasher film.
Mhm.
Halloween, which everybody knows me and Wyatt love, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Those are the only
I
four
love that.
films that
Texas
are
Chainsaw is
fucking.
so good. Like I think
So
I've said it on here before. Is every time I watch the original Texas Chainsaw, I feel like I need a shower afterwards. That movie is
God.
just it's so
Grunge.
dirty and gross and raw, dude. I just it's a
You
really
gotta
good
cleanse
movie. I
yourself.
love the movie. But I just feel dirty after I watch it every time.
They have the whole list here. You want to hear the list? It's only 30 movies.
So they
Yeah,
did
I mean,
30
The Conjuring. Yeah, I don't think that was that scary, but it's a good movie.
I get
I
why
like
people
it.
would be scared of it. I'm just not personally.
Yeah.
Like I said, 1 Sinister, 2's Insidious, 3's Conjuring, 4's Hereditary, 5 Paranormal Activity, 6 is It Follows. You guys ever seen It Follows?
Yeah, that was
That's
all
a
right.
good one. It's a weird one. It's got a good premise though.
Yeah,
The
that was a little
Conjuring,
original.
Conjuring 2, boring. The Babadook had a great creature design.
I didn't like
Great.
that movie. I
The
thought that
movie's
one
fine.
was overhyped.
I think it's fine too, but the creature design's cool. Like he looks cool.
Yeah,
The Babadook's scary. The
I don't
Descent.
like.
I haven't seen The Descent in
I like The
years.
Descent.
I haven't seen it in a while. That's the one they go in the cave, right?
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
cave divers, and then it's like the monsters that live in the caves, bro.
Yeah. The
Like the
Visit,
skin
which I don't think I've ever seen, but isn't that the one where they go to that lady's house?
I think The Visit is the dinner party
I've seen
movie.
that.
I think I've seen that one on Netflix a while ago. It's pretty cool. It's
Never
just like
seen-
starts out as like friends getting together for like a dinner, and like the boyfriend of like the main chick like starts noticing some weird things with like the people at the dinner, and bro, it gets out of hand real quick. I remember that movie. I've seen a bunch of them on Netflix and shit.
The Ring, which when I first saw it, I thought was very scary. When I first saw it, and then this is where this list really starts picking up for me personally. 12 is A Quiet Place, which I wouldn't consider super terrifying, but a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
I like
scary,
it.
but it's a good like suspense
Good
movie.
film. Nightmare on Elm Street, which we talked about. Halloween was 14. 15 is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which love all those. 28 Days Later, I think it's a good zombie flick.
I haven't seen that in a while.
The Exorcist is on at 17. Yeah, I like 28 Days Later. One of the most recent movies that I loved is Hush is 18. Hush is awesome.
Really good movie.
You guys should both watch Hush.
Yeah, it's on
It's
Netflix.
on Netflix. It's about like this girl, she's mute and deaf, and this guy is like trying to break into her house and kill her. And man, like the scenes where you're like in her point of view,
Mhm.
like they turn off all the sound so you can't hear anything, but you can like see in the background him doing things, but you like know she can't do anything, and you're it's
Oh,
so
yeah.
suspenseful.
When
It's
like
so
the camera's
I can
pointed
get
at
that.
her, she's sitting there doing something, and then like he's just doing shit behind her, like
uh-huh.
walking back and forth. Yeah, that's kind of
Ugh.
like The Strangers. Like I don't know if you ever seen that movie,
Yeah.
The Strangers, back in the day.
Hmm.
That one was really cool. That's like the scariest shit about movies. I think is when there isn't music that tells you when to be scared.
Yep.
Mhm.
It's like I don't know. It's like when it's silence and something happens. That's a lot scarier than like the the jump scare music they play.
Yeah.
I think with Hush though, it's such like an artistic decision because she is deaf and
Yeah.
she can't speak. Where I think it's such an artistic decision to be like really put you feeling for her, like
Yeah.
Yeah, she
I
wouldn't
don't
be hearing that suspenseful music.
It's great though. It's a great film. One of my favorite recent films. 19 is It, but I don't know if they mean like the
Yeah,
newer It
new
or
one. Or,
whatever.
Probably the newer one. I would
Probably
imagine.
newer one. 20 Scream, which is a good movie. Like it.
Yeah,
Great.
I really
great.
like Scream.
The Grudge, I haven't seen it in years. The Witch, you were just talking about The Witch.
Which is
That-
good.
That's on here.
I wouldn't say it's really super scary, but it's good.
The Blair Witch Project, which was super scary.
Yeah.
My favorite two on this list are 24 is Alien, which is awesome.
Love Alien.
And 25 is The Thing, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Poltergeist, we talked about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
Annabelle, I've never seen.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
Friday the 13th, great movie. The Orphanage, great. Dark Skies, I don't even know what that is.
Orphan had a cool premise. I like that movie.
No, not The Orphan, The Orphanage. I don't know what that. I know what The Orphan is.
Oh, the
With
Orphan
with
was
the
cool.
little girl.
Yeah. She's just
Orphan
like
and then
secretly
Orphanage.
like
A
a 40-year-old like
Yeah.
serial murderer,
Yeah.
and she looks like a kid. It's
I don't know
wild.
what the Orphanage is. Dark Skies, I don't know what that is. Wolf Creek, that's pretty good, but I would think it's more like a murder mystery than anything.
Yeah.
The Omen's pretty good.
Yeah, I just
Shining.
watched that one recently.
The Shining's good. It's on here.
Shining.
Get Out. Shout out to Peele. No, yeah,
Jordan
Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. And then Audition, which I have no idea what that is either.
Audition. That's a slow movie. It's a slow burn. It's a foreign movie. I think it's. I don't think it's Korean. I think it might be Japanese. But it's like this dude. It's like on a dating site and shit, and he just like hooks up the wrong chick. This is like this young girl, and like, bro, it is fucked. Like, it's pretty slow going through the movie, but like the last like half hour is, oh, dude, it's like this chick tortures this dude. She like cuts his leg off with like piano wire
Jeez.
and shit.
Holy shit.
She has like some person that you don't really see in a bag, like in the room, bro. Yeah, this chick is wild. It's a crazy porn movie.
Maybe I have to watch it. Is it showing me?
Oh, it's definitely worth the watch.
I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, it's definitely worth the watch. It's wild.
Oh man.
Evan, is your computer gonna blow up in your face?
No, it's actually not any louder than it normally is. I think my mic is just super sensitive tonight.
That just sounds like it is ready to jet
That
off.
sounds like a good segue, Evan. Your mic's super loud. They might be hearing what you're saying.
That might be here. Hold on, let me
All right. Let me get a beer
Turn
for
that
this crazy
down.
conversation.
And now I'm probably way too quiet. Let me know when I sound good.
You still sound good. You
I mean,
sound
you
great.
still sound all right.
Oh really? Like right now I
Yeah.
sound good?
I mean,
Yeah.
I can still hear your PC like crazy, but
Oh well,
Yeah.
well then that was a waste of my time. So
waste of all of our time. Waste of
Oh.
our viewers' time.
that's good. I'm glad I
I thought
wasted
you were bringing
everyone's
something
time.
up.
All right.
I'll be right back.
So yeah, let's take a little break and then we'll get into the meat and potatoes here.
The meat and potatoes,
Meat and potatoes.
bro.
Oh boy. Where do we start here?
Tell us what's on
So-
your mind. What's bothering you about the situation? Evan?
Well, nothing's actually really bothering me. I just think it's interesting to talk about. So
I think the world is becoming a fucking Big Brother ass society here.
exactly. So
Live by technology, die by technology.
Well,
what we're referring to is well, we were actually initially going to talk about kind of how Twitter and Facebook are kind of patrolling their website a little bit to possibly fit an agenda of some sort. Pretty much just the
Who's ever?
idea that
Whoever.
it's their website, so they can monitor it as they see fit. But in the weeks
wait, are we
since
not going to talk about that?
wait, what's that?
We're not going to talk about that?
No, well, we will. It all kind of like I think
All right,
it all
I'm
works
just messing with
together,
you. Keep
honestly.
Yeah.
But this week the government is actually suing Google, accusing it of being a monopoly. I mean, on Google's so the government's saying that Google makes it too hard for people or small businesses to pretty much compete with Google. Like, if a mapping company wanted to start up, how the hell do you compete with Google? I mean, you just can't.
You don't.
But Google's defense is, one, people want to use their products, and two, they're free. Free.
If you
They're
don't
free in
care
a
about them
monetary
stealing
sense.
your
They're free for me and you and all of us, you know?
So
I don't care about the ads.
but yeah, well, that's just it. I mean, they are free. It doesn't cost you to use, or it doesn't cost us to use them, in a sense. But whenever you do use them, they pretty much collect all that information about
Exactly.
how you're using it. And I guess what
Tailor that to you.
it comes down to is, I mean, what are they going to do with that? I mean, I guess that's where I'm at. I mean, right now, where it stands, like, if you're talking to me today, I don't think it's that serious. The issue is how serious it possibly could get.
I mean, look at Westworld season 3, bro.
It's exactly what I was
That's
thinking.
exactly what the season's about.
That's-
It's like they're
Wait,
collecting
I didn't
data
see
on.
that.
You didn't see season two?
It's just
I didn't see season 1, 2, or 3.
Well, Alex, that
they're
doesn't count
collecting
then.
data on every individual person because everybody has a cell phone or mobile device or a tablet, and they're just collecting data on them through their whole life, and then it kind of uses all that data to predict
on their lives, pretty much.
what their lives are going to be like. And it's like, it's so good that they can pretty much predict it to a T almost.
Like they can predict if someone's going to commit suicide, kind of
yeah,
levels of
yeah, pretty
accuracy.
much. But
That
then
got
like
serious.
it's kind of seeping into the world. I think it's Japan or China already, where they can look at your history, like online history or like data, and they can determine whether you're a good fit for a job or a living a certain place or doing like certain restrictions because of just your profile, the data they collected on you. And I mean, it's obviously Westworld is extreme
Yeah,
version
but
of what's
that's how
going on,
that's how you
but that's what
get
it could be.
that's satire. That's the point of it, you
but
know.
Yeah.
do you think we would allow that to happen? Do you think we as a society could would actually get to that point?
Oh, I think
Or
you're already
I
allowing
was
it to
just saying
happen.
they're already doing it.
They're already
Like-
doing it, man.
but I mean,
Like,
what?
They've been doing it.
Where's the
where's the
line?
line? No, I'm
You know,
asking
like,
you,
what-
Evan. Where's the like your phone's already collecting your location, your
Mhm.
anything you search, anything you talk about. Like Marissa sent me an engagement ring photo fucking like 6 months ago, and all that's been on my Facebook for 6 months now is engagement ring photos. They know what
Yeah.
my text messages are coming in
You're
as,
talking
you know?
about shit, and then you
Yeah.
look on Facebook or wherever,
It's
and
there.
see it.
Like where
Every
do you
word you type.
Yeah, where do you draw the line? Like, at what point are you like, no more? I'm not getting the convenience of a cell phone because I don't like all the information it's taking from me.
See, I guess to me, I mean, I'm aware of that. I mean, there are people that don't even know that this is happening, which if you're not,
Mhm.
you've been living under a rock. But I mean, I'm
Or it's-
aware of it, and I mean, I'm okay with it, but I mean, I want to use those products. I guess there isn't something that's out yet that, you know, that I would think it isn't worth it. Yeah, you know, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. Like, you know, like a phone. You know, if I was using a landline phone, I would have guessed that the government's listening to it. You know, someone's listening in.
Oh, they
I
I
are.
guess
think
I
a
never-
lot of the big worry about it is them collecting all this data and then selling the data to who knows who.
Yeah,
Who knows
that
who,
and they do
for
that.
the
They
right
absolutely
price.
do that.
Yeah.
But I guess what
I think
Who-
the thing is they are going to sell the data. I mean, that's just how, and I'm not either for or against it, but that's just how capitalism works. If you can make money on something, you're going to make money on it. If
Yeah.
they can make money on all of our individual data, somebody's going to make money on it down the road. You know, and that's just how capitalism works. You know, if you find a product that you can make money on and you make money on it. So it's not a question of if, it's a question of when. You know?
I'm sure they do it though. Like I
Oh,
just assume they do
definitely
it. Like
do
they
it, yeah.
that's how
But they-
I mean that's how Google well Facebook
They-
got into trouble for it.
They do it
They-
more
they were doing
secretively
it.
now.
They
Yeah, they do
got
it
in
more
big trouble.
secretively now.
Yeah.
They
But-
definitely
but,
do it.
I mean,
I guess-
Amazon definitely does it because of fucking their Alexas and
Mhm.
100%.
fucking Series and shit.
See,
Apple.
I don't have an Alexa or anything, like or a Google Home or something like that. I mean,
I have
but I don't
both,
feel like I
not
need.
plugged in.
I have them because they were free.
I have
That's
both,
how they
but they're not
get
plugged
you.
in.
That's
They're
how
like,
they get
here's
you.
a free one.
But I mean, I get this is all just personal too. I'm not talking as a
Sure.
society
Yeah,
standpoint.
yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
for me, I mean, what are they going to do with my information? You know, like for me, I mean, I'm just a drop in the bucket, but I guess as a societal whole,
Exactly.
there
That's
should
the
be
problem.
implications, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
you know, so what? Yeah,
I mean,
sell
that's
my
where a
data.
lot of like
Try to
fraud
sell me something.
and
Like,
identity
yeah,
theft and shit. Like,
Yep.
people, like, I'm guessing the more it's moved around, the easier it is to get to.
Absolutely.
know?
The more hands it changes, if it's not just between
Yeah.
me and Facebook, it's between me, Facebook, and 6 other companies, they change.
Exactly.
At one point, 6 of these companies are going to have a data breach, and now my information is to them. And I don't know about you guys, and I don't do it often, but I have bought things off those stupid little ads where you're like, oh, buy this from
Oh,
Facebook.
yeah.
And I know I shouldn't, but I have before in the past.
Yeah.
And like they don't need to be getting into my credit card and stuff, you know. Like, again, I guess we go back to the question, like, where is the line? That's the line. Like, that's the line where, like, you're selling my stuff where I'm starting to get fraudulent activity on my account and stuff. I'm a law-abiding, pretty good citizen. I don't got anything to worry about. I don't care if the government's tracking me. Like, okay, I go to
And
work
that's
and
their
home.
excuse. Is
Have a
like,
great
day.
you're not doing anything
That's
wrong.
sure.
Got nothing to worry about.
That's what we were talking about with Twitter
Sure.
and stuff. How like,
Sure.
you know, we're not doing anything, so who cares? But then it's like, oh well, you know, that doesn't apply to other parts of the law. So
I am with
Exactly.
you. Like, I think it's right? No, on a society scale. But if I'm talking about a personal scale, and which isn't the way you should look at things, but I'm not a
Yeah.
politician or a person who is in power like that. I don't care personally. They can do whatever I want. I go to work and home, have fun tracking me 13 miles. It's just a great time. Like I don't do anything. So
Yeah.
I don't know, but I
Like, I
get
don't
it on
got
a
time to do anything. I'm working every
For
goddamn
real.
day.
yeah, I'm
Don't
working
doing
have time.
podcasts.
I'm working because
We're
your fucking
documenting what we're
retirement
doing right
system
now.
doesn't work, and I got to work for the rest of my goddamn life.
Sad.
God,
Yeah, I mean, think about it. I mean, there's so many, like, just the big companies. We're recording this on a Microsoft product. We're uploading it to a Google product.
mm-hmm,
I mean, and you're going to be listening to it on an Apple, Amazon,
mm-hmm.
Google product, most likely.
Welcome to fucking capitalism.
So obviously Google is some sort of monopoly. Most of these are, Facebook, Amazon definitely.
Amazon's trying to take over the entire
That's
world.
where I want to get to when I
I feel
said I
like
wanted
Amazon is not talked about enough.
well, that's where I wanted
They
to get
really
to when
are.
we were talking about like the government's worried about Google monopoly. Like, welcome to opening Pandora's box.
Like,
Every company can be argued as monopoly. Like, think about like the top 5 companies in the U.S. Even like
Yo, that's
Amazon.
like that meme I
Google,
sent to the group
Amazon.
chat the other
Exactly,
like
Amazon,
last week.
Walmart. What other superstores Kmart's going out of business. Target's going out of business.
Kmart's already out of business.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
all this shit's going. Like there's no
They just
like
said AMC theaters might be bankrupt by the end of the year. They might
exactly.
declare bankruptcy.
Streaming services put them out.
Yeah. Look,
Yeah.
the thing is
Corona.
the
Rona.
Corona put them out. The thing is like nobody like. Unfortunately, we're at the point in capitalism, and not to get too far, but like we're at the point in capitalism where I think capitalism works in a sense where it's a pure capitalism, like not pure in the sense like it's only capitalism, but in the sense where like it has good intent.
Yeah.
But we're at the point where it doesn't have good intent anymore. Like
So-
it's to the point where the rich want to be rich and the rich stay rich because they can stay rich because it's how the system is designed because they make the system.
Yeah.
And
It's funny you mentioned that, Alex. I just finished a chapter in my economics class that mentions there was back in the day, people thought the government didn't need to intervene at all. It was just, you bartered, you traded, the economy fixed itself. Well, and then they realized like sometimes, if we're in a recession, for 5 years, that's not good. The government can help out. The problem with that is the government's intent. So the way the economy works is you're either supposed to like lower taxes and then raise spending or the opposite, but the problem is as an elected official, you want to lower taxes and cut spending. You want to appeal everybody.
Yeah.
You can't have it
there
that
is
way.
no pleasing
And that's the problem with where our society is at right now, because the way our government is running it, the elected officials, they just want to get elected.
Yeah.
But no one is acting in the best interest for everyone. They're acting in their best interest.
But and to defend, I mean, just to play devil's advocate, it's hard to play to the best
Put
interest
yourself
of
in their shoes.
everyone.
Do you think you would do it thinking the entire system is messed up?
I'd like
would
to think
you be the one to break the wheel?
I'd like to think I would.
Exactly. I'd like to think I am.
I don't know how I would because I'm not there, but I would like to think I would. I'd like to think I could sit back and be like, no.
I would like to
that's
think
not right.
I'd be up there on Capitol Hill saying, no,
Yeah.
this is wrong. But you probably won't get reelected next year.
You're right. You might not even get elected the first time.
Exactly.
You know, like
look at Bernie. I mean,
this guy's a fucking radical. Get him out of here.
Get out of here.
Bernie's trying to upset everything, and he didn't get his presidential nomination twice now.
The problem is it's a teeter-totter between two extremes, and that's
First
how
one wasn't really his fault.
the system's fucked us because it's like you have two choices, and I'm not even talking about like Democrat or Republican. That's not really what I'm talking about, but that's a part of it too. But everything has become an extreme of two choices, like we're all like, oh, capitalism's evil, it's doing all this monopoly shit, but we can't go pure socialism either. Like that's not gonna work either. Like you have to balance it, but you have all these people fighting for pure socialism, you have all these people fighting for pure capitalism, and like neither of them are gonna work. And historically speaking, none of them have worked ever. You have to meet somewhere, there
no
has
one knows
to be
how to freaking compromise.
Exactly. Like you have to come to a compromise where like not everybody's gonna be happy all the time, but can we swing some things where like we have ups and downs for people being happy, but not like not like ups and downs where like, oh, you're going to be the poorest people forever and we're going to be rich and then they're going to be poor. Why can't we meet more in the middle where it isn't completely a middle line the whole time? Because I don't believe in like, I'm not like Marx, like I don't believe that everybody should have everything equal. That's just not how it works.
And I don't know if it's just because of our age and we're just old enough to understand now, but it just seems like it's just more separated and divided as ever.
Oh, I think it is.
It's like there's just like no
Middle
working
ground.
together. There's no middle ground really. Like I feel I don't know if that's what it used to be like. I feel like it wasn't.
I don't think it was ever like this. I truly I think it was. I think
maybe
it was
we're
there,
not old enough to know. I don't know.
I have to get somebody on who knows that. Vernon, can we get your dad on? Can we get all of our dads on? I want to know.
That'd be cool with me, man.
We'll get all of our parents on here and just like.
I just want to know, like, if and honestly, like, not as like a joke. Like, I want to know. Man, we can cut anything they get too extreme with, but like, I just want to know, like, was it like this? Because I really do feel like this is a nation divided more than it's ever been divided before, like ever in my life. And
now it's like you're this, I hate you.
Exactly.
You're this, I hate you. You're
Like it
this,
doesn't
I
need to
hate
be
you.
that way.
No, it doesn't.
But
I feel like it never used to be like
but now, I mean, and this could have been like this as well. There's a lot of social things that are being tied into the political spectrum that, if you are this person, you all of a sudden don't agree with this, which makes you this person that I don't like.
Sure.
And then the other side then hates you for that. And it's like, I mean, I feel some things shouldn't be political. They should just
it's the habit of politicizing things that shouldn't.
That's where it comes back to the two-party system. Like if you're Republican, like if I'm Democrat, I automatically believes that there should be no guns on like anywhere. Like, well,
that's such a ridiculous claim.
You made a huge jump from that. Like because I'm Democrat, I think I said Republican, but because I'm Democrat, it does not mean that I believe in guns.
Anti-gun or some shit. Yeah.
The party has made the system has made it where I have to choose one or the other, and this is just the one I agree with more. Not everything. More,
you're forced to choose between 100 different things, filter them out, and pick between two different things.
Yeah,
and it's like
they force you to like.
The takeaway from this conversation is the two-party system does not work. Give it back. Give me something.
Force you to be one or the other. Like, what are you? Some kind of liberal? What are you? Some kind of conservative?
Yeah, like. I don't want to hate a person because of their fucking presidential choice.
No, we shouldn't.
I don't want to hate anybody. Let's make a decision that is best for everybody. And I'll take my losses that I don't agree with as long as you take the other side.
Yeah. Either way, we're stuck with somebody for 4 years.
But I mean, how do we? We're stuck. How do we get out of that without?
I want to be.
I don't know if it's ever gonna happen in our lifetime, man.
I hope so. I want to be confident.
I hope so.
I don't
want to be part of the revolution.
I don't know if I want to be like. I don't want my kids to be a part of it.
Tear this shit.
Yeah, I'd rather do it. Then my kids can live happy.
This should have happened before I had kids.
And then your kids could be just like, my fucking dad.
Dad did this shit.
He was part of it. I remember. I was there too.
I was there too.
I was there too.
Oh my god!
I seen it.
I just don't want to like I don't have to like who leads me, but I would at least like to like respect them and believe that they have the best belief
of the country.
The best interest of the country, whether that be the best interest to me personally and my beliefs personally. I think I'm a pretty gray area kind of person where I can understand where people would make certain decisions. Might not be the decision I make, but I can see where they make them. I just want to follow something like that,
I have a bad habit of always playing devil's advocate.
Oh, me too, Evan. I get so much hate in my family.
And honestly,
I get heat with you guys.
I know Brittany's going to listen to this, but I know it pisses her off because sometimes it's like, why don't you just agree with me? And it's like, I always want to see every side of it. And it's just, I can't get some things out of my head where I'm like, Listen,
I get heat from these guys even when we're talking sports. They're like, "You're just arguing to argue," and I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm playing devil's advocate. That's all I'm doing. Like I'm just playing the other
That's
side."
what that means.
That's what it means. Just arguing to argue.
I was gonna since we're talking about media and shit, I actually had this topic written down.
Okay.
For I don't even know how many podcasts now. that like I just never had a chance to like fit
Until
it
the
in. And now it's
floodgates
the
were open.
perfect spot to fit this right in. And I hate the age of debate shows. Everything's a goddamn debate show, no matter what channel you turn on. You turn on the news, it's two people debating. You turn on sports, it's two people debating. I hate that shit more than anything now. It's irritating. It's so irritating.
Like
When
when
I
they
go to
put up
sports,
one topic, they're just like,
Talk about it.
"Is LeBron better than Michael Jordan?"
Yeah.
And then they
Yeah,
talk
but it's
about
like-
that for 15 minutes
it's not. Yeah, but it's
and get
anything.
nowhere.
And you know that, like,
Yeah,
I'm
that's-
sure
that's
some
it,
of them,
Vernon,
some of the people don't even believe what they're saying. They're just like there to be the devil's advocate. Like they got to have somebody on the other side.
Debate
So it's like-
shows are only fun in entertainment standpoints when it's a lighthearted debate. When you
Yeah.
become like this serious, like, especially sports, the most stupid shit, dudes throwing a ball, dudes shooting a ball, like that is like I love sports. I'm
Yeah.
a huge sports fan, but it's stupid. Like,
But I'm not
come on.
talking about like it's just one
Oh no,
show
no,
or two
No, no,
shows. It's,
it's
like
every
every show on each of these channels.
man.
There's
It's
always some form of a debate.
It
And
is
it's-
the Talking Dead after the Walking Dead. Like we had to watch the show, and now I have to sit and watch people talk about it and debate things about this show. Like,
like
what did this
Talking
mean?
I
I'm not
remember like
saying I hate them a lot.
ESPN used to just be Sports Center all the time, and it was just like, here's what happened today. Here's like, check
I
this
think
out. Such
The
and such and
problem,
such.
though, why it became
Like
Right now, we
this is
don't
what
have
happened.
I mean, now
These
we
are
do.
top 10 plays.
I have a
There's like
personal.
everybody has to have an opinion about everything, and I'm gonna throw it in your face so hard
all day.
every day.
I have a personal opinion on why that changed, and it's specifically me and Vernon skipped school one time, and it was the day Donovan McNabb went to the fucking Redskins, and the reason they don't just talk about sports is because they'll talk about the same goddamn story for 10 fucking hours.
Oh my god.
Me and Vernon watched about Donovan McNabb going to the goddamn Redskins, and I
All
remember it all
day. Like, and they'll recycle. It's to the point where they start recycling like live segments. Where
Yeah.
like I'm like, wait, we
This is
just
what they
watched
had to
this
say
an
about it
hour ago.
earlier today on the other show where they talked about the same subject.
It was ridiculous, man. It was ridiculous. And then that's the thing. They would go from one show to
the
another
next.
show
Who
and
he had to talk about it.
Yeah, and
Now
then
it's just
those
like-
4 people will talk about it. And
Now it's just
that
like-
shit was-
Somewhat normal conservative person, and then we're gonna have some outrageous person with them, like Shannon and Skip.
Screaming
We'll
A.
have
Smith and
Screaming A. Smith and Max Kellerman. And I hate Max Kellerman more than I hate Stephen A. Smith.
oh, I hate.
I
Screaming A.
love
Smith.
Max, man. I love both
I like
of them.
Max.
I love
Screaming
both
A.
of them.
Smith is a Steelers fan and still gets under my goddamn skin.
I love it. I love
Like-
it when he comes out in that Patriots jersey. And he's like, "How about them Cowboys?"
Oh,
Like, I
dude,
just, I
that's
love
the
that
best
shit.
part
It's-
of the week is because you know if the
He-
Cowboys lose, Stephen A. Smith's gonna actually
Stephen
post
A's
a
good
Oh,
post
man.
video.
and that's kind of what
completely
makes it like you come back for like they have banner like that's consistent like they have callbacks all the time because it's so
Oh.
like it's all
Listen,
the time
I am the type of demographic that Screaming A wants to hate him. It's fine. I watch Screaming A. Smith every time he's fucking on. Doesn't mean I don't like. I want to sit here and say I don't like him, but it's just because like I love to hate him. I'm like you
Yeah.
loud
there's
ass
parts of both of
motherfucker.
them I don't like.
Loud ass bitch.
Max be talking bad shit on Tom Brady, but now he's all cool with
talks-
Tom Brady.
He talks mad shit on Carson Wentz and the Eagles, and I'm fuck Max Kellerman.
One of
Talks
my
his ass and fucking what's his name? Bull that looks like Kyle. He
Yeah,
gotta
I
go
knew
on
you were
there.
talking about him.
He gotta
what's
go
his
on there and
name?
straighten him out sometimes.
the dude who's got a show now. Is
Dan
that-
Orlovsky.
Dan
Oh, yeah.
Orlovsky.
Yeah.
Yeah. he's like
He
Carson's
don't know what
biggest
the hell
fan.
he's talking about sometimes, but he is definitely Carson Wentz's biggest fan.
Yeah. But I mean, and then Shannon, I like Shannon because
Oh,
he's like
Shannon.
I'll just like him ripping on Skip every day,
Yeah.
But like
I love that.
I like Colin Cowherd, even though he's outrageous sometimes. He's
I
so
really
out.
like him.
He's
man.
so
I'm not
out.
big on Coward,
See,
man.
I think he's just like real down to earth, and he's just like he knows he's outrageous, but he just says it anyways. He's like, "Fuck it."
Yeah.
And I like the
know,
girl. I
something
like the
about
girl.
his face. Something about
I like the
his
girl that's on his show too. I like her a lot.
face.
I like
Yeah.
that she calls him out all the time. She's like, "Are you crazy?" She cracks me up.
Rich Eisen's cool.
Rich
But I
Eisen's
mean,
cool.
Rich Eisen's, that's not like a debate show. It's just him doing his shit. That's the shit I like.
Sad.
And like Pat McAfee.
Pat
I
McAfee
mean,
is awesome.
I,
No.
I watch it every day, bro. Because literally, I watch it live.
he's
I have to
outrageous.
pause it in
I
between.
think
If
he's
I'm busy.
outrageous too sometimes, but I do love Pat McAfee.
He's outrageous in his own way, you know.
Who's
But
a
I
new
mean,
dude who just got his own show on ESPN? I mean, it was a couple months ago, but
I just like the
Peter
camaraderie
Schrager.
between him and the rest of the fucking.
He's the
office.
Schrager.
he is the star.
Schrager's cool.
Who's the star? It's not only. It might be on CBS. No, it's on ESPN. Fuck. Never mind. Doesn't matter. He's kind of a douche, but I like him.
When you were thinking, Alex, your head disappeared. So it was like you were looking for that thought somewhere.
Damn, he's got his own show. I'm gonna Google this shit.
But yeah, I mean, even on like news shows and shit, it's the same. I didn't know when it happened that it's been like this. I don't know
What
when
the
it
Weather
started.
Channel's like?
It just kind of happened.
Stop it, Evan.
Just like the Weather Channel, just like, no, man, it's not gonna rain tomorrow. You're
You're
out of your
like,
mind.
Do you see
Like,
these
bro,
clouds?
Look at this
Do you see these
Doppler.
charts?
You see this Doppler? It's not
He's
gonna
like,
swing.
I have
It's
the
coming right
almanac in
through.
my hand right here that says it
Oh my
did not
God.
rain on this
That's
day.
exactly how weather debates would be, Vernon. It'd be
That's
like,
exactly what it would
I
be.
got the farmer's almanac here. It says,
Bro,
on
they
this
predicted
day-
this shit 5 years
No.
ago. How are you gonna argue with
You don't
this?
even do anything.
farmer's
Shit,
Write it
almanac
down.
is
No rain.
literally BS.
We're watching a
Oh,
live
boy.
Doppler. You see this big green cloud coming over, like it's not going down. The wind's not going to blow it around. It's not going to traverse the other way.
I got like an off the wall question if you guys can think of any. What is bullshit and everyone knows it, but people still eat it up? The farmer's almanac is one of them. It is.
WWE.
Wait,
A beer a day is good for you.
That milk is good for you.
Milk is. I mean, milk is okay. Just don't drink it.
That is
with every
good for
meal.
your bones.
Gonna
It is
freaking-
good for your bones, but it's not like you can't
Kernels of
drink it
milk.
like people. You can't
Yeah.
drink it like people do drink it,
Dude,
man.
my dad drinks
Another
milk.
one is that your zodiac sign affects.
Oh my god, the
Oh.
zodiac
The
shit.
Zodiac
life
sign
in
does
any way.
ridiculous. Listen, the zodiac sign is just for asshole people to use excuses of why they're a big old fucking ass. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I'm a-
Everyone
I'm a-
born
I'm a
between
Libra.
these
Like, get the
30
fuck
days
outta
are
here.
exactly
It's just part of my. It's just part of my being. You know.
Get the fuck outta
Like,
here.
that doesn't allow
I'm
you to
just
be
a
an
Libra.
asshole.
All right.
Just a
That doesn't
Libra,
allow you to
man.
be lazy and not do any of your work.
Yeah.
And
astrology-
I love, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I love reading those things because I love how fucking like
Dude, people take
just
it
like
seriously.
obscure there. They're just like, you're gonna have a real calm day, and then just like the
Saturn
one
is in
time
my
you're
sign
calm.
today.
Yeah,
So
You're gonna have a successful day this week.
yeah, dude, get the fuck
Not-
out of here.
Yeah, I do the same shit every day. I work and I fucking do podcasts or watch a movie or whatever. Like, what else is gonna
Notice-
be successful?
We're gonna
notice
get
how
find
more
vague they
subs.
always
Did I
are.
find $5 in my pocket I forgot about?
You're like, oh shit, they were right.
They were right.
But see,
They were
that's
right.
what happens. It happens to like one person,
Will Kane.
and that's enough
Will
to hook
Kane.
them.
Will
they're
Kane.
like-
Oh no,
So we
fuck
want-
Will Kane.
Yeah, I don't fuck with Will
I
Kane.
know you don't, but I do.
Fuck
He's
Will
such a-
Kane.
He's such a douche, but I like him.
Nah, fuck that guy.
I didn't even find him on the fucking phone. I was looking, I didn't find him, but it just came
No,
to me.
I
Just kidding.
remember like I used to like listen to like ESPN radio and shit, and it'd be like Stephen A. Smith, and after his show, Will Kane would come on, and I'm just nope, turn that shit
Nope.
right off. I don't want to listen to Will
Y'all
Kane.
give Will Kane a chance. He's okay.
I have. I've listened to Will Kane for
I have,
years.
bro. I've
For
yeah.
years.
y'all
He's been
first
on-
take
he's
all
been-
the
He's been around for years. I feel like Will Kane has been around for years, but I feel like he just got his show maybe a year.
Oh yeah, he just got his own
Just
show
this season,
recently.
I think.
yeah.
I mean, he had a radio
season.
show for a while.
Yeah. I've heard Will Kane for a while. I know who he is.
Kane.
Like,
Tired of him.
I don't know. I like Will Kane.
He's like
Yeah,
Max
okay.
Kellerman, like, but even worse.
Listen,
Dallas fan, man.
Stephen A. Smith has made Max Kellerman into the person he is. That dude had to deal with the outlandish Stephen A. Smith for his entire life, and now he's just completely on the defensive the whole time because Max Kellerman feels like you are going to attack him no matter
He's
what.
like, whoa. And
Like-
he just starts debating you, even
He's just
outside of
sitting
the
there
show.
with his big ass eyes, bro. Just
Stephen A. Smith made that monster. He made that monster.
But he's still a monster.
let me tell you why you're wrong, Steven.
Yeah, like, Has
He's
been
still a monster.
screaming at Max Kellerman for like 6 years, and all Max Kellerman's doing has been like,
And you know what? Will
Just take-
Kane sat back and watched
Yeah.
this happen and learned how to approach Stephen A differently, and that's why he approaches him the way he
Hell
does. And
yeah.
he tries to get that one up on him.
oh man,
It's crazy that Stephen A.
You
used
see
to
it
be
all
on the same
unfold.
show with Skip.
I
Oh,
know.
Like,
I remember
That
watching
used
it
to
back
be
then.
Skip
Skip's
back
actually
going
dude
back
I
and
don't
forth with
like,
Stephen
but
A.
I don't like Skip the most.
No,
I don't like Skip either,
Skip's
but I
fun.
like seeing Shannon rip on Skip every
just
week.
feel like an old dude who's like out of touch with what's happening.
You know what I hate about Skip? Like Shannon will be talking, okay? He'll be just talking and talking, and in the background you just hear Skip like,
Or
Mhm.
like, or his
Like,
little
after,
comments like, "Oh, come on, you know that's not
not
true."
even. It's like I'm telling you, next time you watch Undisputed, listen
watch
for
it
it.
every day.
It's like, and I don't think I've ever noticed it until that one time I
Is it
noticed
like a
it.
lap track.
It's just him in the background like
No, like,
like
it's like a
almost
laugh
after
track where
every
you don't
single
notice it.
word.
Notice it.
Right after every single word Shannon's talking about, and Shannon's sitting there quiet the whole time. Skip's talking, but then every time Shannon's talking, is just like he's like, Skip, I can't do this. This. And oh god, I can't unsee it now. That type of shit. And like honestly, I don't watch it that often. But
I don't
like,
either anymore.
I watch it.
Ugh.
I only watch it
God.
every day because it's at work, and customers come up and, can we change channel? Nah, they don't have to give me the remote. This is just what's on. I mean, I
Yeah, I
totally
feel
have the remote, but like,
It's just like
Remote's
I
on your
used to
desk.
watch it on YouTube at work, and it's like now I don't watch it. Period. It's just I'd rather watch news from like actual YouTubers that aren't like
I
don't have an agenda.
I
really.
wouldn't watch it if it wasn't just constantly on TV for me.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just background noise to me at work, you know, like it's fine. I don't mind it. I wouldn't go because again, I don't care about what the Panthers and the Saints are doing. Like I just don't, you know, like
To be
it's
honest,
fine.
I get most of my
I'll
news
listen.
off of Twitter now when it comes to sports.
I'll
That's my.
get up.
I'm like
and I
getting
mean,
all the breaking news
Twitter.
first.
and we're all big enough sports fans, maybe other than Evan, that like I've got my own opinion on this shit. Like
Yeah,
me and you, Wyatt, and we just had this argument about whether the Steelers are good. Like, and I even brought up sports, and I was like, oh, they think they're good, but like, you know, you watch it enough that you know, I know what I'm seeing every
I'm
day.
not saying they're not good.
And
I never said they weren't good.
we'll talk about it next
Who?
week when they beat the Titans.
The Steelers.
Oh, they're terrible.
Well,
Fuck them.
See, I didn't say that.
Fuck the Steelers.
I'm not
They
trying to
don't got
take anything
Devin
away
Bush no
from them.
more. They don't even got Devin Bush no
Oh,
more.
that's gonna
Oh, yeah.
hurt, man. People, I was arguing with a dude today. He was like, linebacker doesn't matter, and I'm like, what?
Why are we talking so much sports?
What? Oh, we're talking
So,
about
yeah,
sports
we need to-
broadcasters. Should we bring this up on sports podcast? We can talk about the spot broadcasters we like.
Yeah, we could, honestly, man.
We could.
Well, I mean, we could. What else? Do you guys have something else to talk about? You want to talk? Like, I didn't have anything other than my spooky movies this week.
Boogie movies. I haven't brought a subject, and I feel sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not putting as much effort as you.
You provided more than enough entertainment last week to make up for not being on.
Yeah, you did.
I haven't brought a topic up in a real long time.
Well, what's on your mind, Alex?
Yeah,
anything you want to talk about? What's like? You pick something to talk about.
I'm not an interesting person, man. I don't got anything to talk about.
All right, I'll hit you with some outlandish. What would it be like if dinosaurs were alive now? Like, what if
Dragon
they
Ball
just
Z.
like? What if they would never went extinct?
We'd
and
eat
they
them.
were still alive, bro.
No, we just eat them like
Would
we
we
would
even
have
be
we would have them tamed like every other animal on this goddamn
think?
planet, and we'd eat them. Yeah, they'd be the best sorts of meat.
Would you have to worry about big
Yes,
ass
we'd be, dude.
pterodactyls while you're like in a plane?
No,
Like,
man,
what if-
I'm way.
What if like pterodactyls start attacking the plane on the way to Key West
Son,
or
I'm
some
the-
shit?
the human race is the most intelligent, advanced life form on this planet to ever touch down, other than the aliens that built the pyramids. But the but no, man,
Possibly creating us.
we would
I
have.
ain't ready for that conversation.
We ain't ready for all that shit yet. That's
Oh,
for
man.
the episode.
I
All right.
do have
1000.
something to talk about. A documentary I recently watched.
I'm about to ruin this whole man's career.
A documentary I recently watched. It was this hole in the ground, and they went down in this hole, and in this hole was like a carving of like an entranceway. Okay. And that's how the documentary starts. And I was real into it. I don't even remember what it was called. It was on TV. But I was like, oh shit, this is great. And they're like, this is where we think the lizard people are from.
And you're
You know, like, and I was like, oh
No.
shit, they're gonna go in here and find the lizard society. And like I'm watching this shit. They
With
went
Bigfoot?
down in this hole. They found this carvings in the stone, and it was a weird hole. I'm not gonna lie about that. It was like a weird kind of man-built hole that kind of went into like this. It was like this big wall of like rock that did have shapes. I don't know about carvings, but shapes. And I was like, all right, cool. They're gonna fucking find the lizard people. I'm gonna be fine. This is one of those underground documentaries that the government don't want you to see. But like the rest of the time, man, they just talked about how the fucking who was a lizard person. Like Justin Bieber's a lizard person, Jeff Bezos is a lizard
Was
person.
this on
Like
like the Travel Channel?
that was no, I don't know what it was on. It was on while I was at work and I was watching it.
Justin Bieber's
Did you
a
see
lizard
those
people.
fucking? They opened up those like 2,500-year-old sarcophaguses
Bad
the
idea.
other week.
Oh.
Bad
Like,
idea.
why would you do that in 2020?
idea.
You just
Oh, I
unleashing
did see
curses
Like,
upon the
let's
land.
open these next year.
Curses.
That-
But the
you want
point of my
curses?
story is that they never in that documentary went back to the fucking entranceway. Ever. Like I thought they were gonna go in. You're
They
drill
couldn't get
through
clearance.
it.
Couldn't
or-
get clearance to go inside.
Yeah, like drill through it or something. I was like, oh, this is gonna be interesting. Even if nothing was behind there,
they
I'd
didn't
have
have
been
the
more
proper
excited.
permits to go in there.
I'd have been more excited. No, the
At least
lizard
you
people
would have got
stopped
to see
them.
like rocks fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they tried to go in and the lizard people killed them, and they
The lizard people came out and said,
Footage-
no, 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 no. We
footage
run the
was
nation.
lost.
You
Ask
run
the-
this.
Ask the
And
good
then the
leader,
government told
Donald
them,
Trump.
you can't release this video.
They live in the hollow earth.
Mm-hmm.
Hollow Earth,
Mhm.
or else they
The
could
That's
go
what
to
I was thinking,
the
man. I was
12th
like,
planet.
down.
That's where they live. The core is just another sun.
Yeah, man. It's fine.
That's what warms the Earth.
All
Yo, I
right.
had
Or
a-
something
I had a-
vacation, they go to
I
the
had a
12th
crazy.
planet.
What was I thinking about in space? Oh, you know how like space is so dark and shit.
Yeah.
Like, why? And I'm not like arguing like space facts. They're gonna probably know this for me, but like the sun lights the Earth. Why doesn't it light space? Like the immediate space. Like when you see like pictures from, and I know
There's
there's
nothing
dark
to
side of-
reflect off of.
Exact. That's. I was gonna say like
there we go. All
everything's
right.
shooting out, so you see the glow of the sun at all times. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
So-
like, but it's just everything's so far away from each other too. There's nothing
So
to reflect off.
is the light that is on the Earth not from the beams coming this way, but the beams reflecting off?
It's like the same reason you can see the moon rays. You know what I mean? Even though it'll be on like another side, it's the way the shit curves. Like, you know what I
Okay.
mean? Like it's all about, like he was saying, like reflections and shit like that.
Alex, I'm gonna blow your mind.
Okay.
Did you know solar rays, like the way the sunlight hits us, is actually parallel?
Yeah, I knew
It's
that.
not okay. It's
Yeah.
not like, it's parallel. Like
Yeah.
People get that all messed up. But yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't come like straight down. I get that, but like, I don't know. I just thought about it. It's just a weird thought.
You
Just
just wanna
shower.
see
Yeah,
it.
there's just nothing to. There's nothing there.
Hey
It's
man,
also the
I'm not
vastness.
devil advocating this. I'm
It's
not
the
arguing.
size.
This.
You know what I mean? Like
The fact that
everything's
you
so
can
far
see
away
the
from each
sun is
other.
enough light, like coming from it. Like
That's what I'm.
that-
No, that hurts your argument. Then why can't I like the sun is also close
like
to
I said-
other.
but the sun is that bright.
It's so far away from everything else that there's that much blackness in between the two. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that's what it honestly like.
Yeah, like there's nothing enough in between to like.
All right,
Or
second
to
question.
reflect
Follow question, which has no science behind it.
We're
okay?
real scientists, by the way, so we're
Yeah, yeah,
qualified to answer.
This
these.
is like typical, like grade A certified bro science.
Science. All right, so like, you ever
Bro
see that
science.
Futurama episode where they're shooting trash into the sun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think the sun is so hot that if we shot trash in it, it would affect it?
I don't think it would.
Like, because we're so small comparatively, all the planet's trash. Do you think it would affect it if we just shot it into
I mean,
the
imagine
sun?
how many asteroids fly into the sun.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
You think it's so
But I mean,
hot that it wouldn't affect
Knowing
it?
humans were gonna throw like a
Maybe not
nuclear
affect it
warhead into
immediately.
or something.
Yeah, I feel like I just think about the way the world looks now. Compare like look
Oh,
what we
that's-
did to the Earth. You know, like
What
we're
have
gonna-
we done to Mother
we would
Earth?
definitely find a way to fuck up the sun.
We can
I
mess with Mars, but let's not touch the sun.
That's not beyond
My-
the realm of like possibility that we shoot trash into the sun. It's
That's
not
My
going.
I'm not saying that it
question, though,
would
is
fuck up the
as much
sun, but I
possible.
feel like humans will be able to figure out how to
Oh,
fuck up the
I'm
sun.
sure we could fuck up. I'm sure we could find something to fuck the sun up. But my question is, do you think shooting trash into the sun would
Like
fuck
Wyatt
it?
said, not immediately.
I don't
think
think it
would
ever
do
would.
anything.
I don't think it would. I think it would disintegrate before it even got to the core or anything.
Yeah,
I think it would be gone. And I think not only would it disintegrate, and
Like you said,
again,
it depends on
worst
what you're
case, they're just
throwing at it,
orbiting.
though. Are you throwing like, what are you throwing at? Are you throwing like nuclear waste and how
No,
much
just
and
trash.
shit like that? Like,
I'm
just
talking
trash,
you know
McDonald's
that
cups.
you know like that big trash island that's like the size of Texas in the ocean, like that shit.
Yeah.
Like shoot that shit in the
That's
into
what-
the fucking, like that's all I'm talking about.
What do you
Like-
do? You think the sun even like? What would the core be of the sun, man? Is
Nothing,
it just
gas.
fire? It's
Yeah, I
just
think it's all
gas.
gas.
Just constant gas coming out. Space
Constant
is the craziest
nuclear
shit.
explosion.
It's crazy. It's just a big ass ball of just death
Just
flame.
Flame,
dude.
fucking.
And
then all of a
solar
sudden you
flares.
find this
Solar
ball
flares
of
can happen at
fire
any time,
floating.
man.
It's just
We're
nothing.
protected by the
Dude,
Van Allen belt.
don't bring up the randomosity of solar flares. I'm already worried about aneurysms in my brain enough. I don't need to be worried about
Bro,
fucking the whole
solar
world.
flares could just
I'm more worried
destroy
about
a
me
city at
dying
any time.
than the fucking solar flares coming down. All right, don't worry about me. That you can put my anxiety through the roof. I'm just wondering, like, I'm with Evan on this. Like, if you shot trash, though, like, would it disintegrate so fast that it would just go out into the nothingness?
I
of
think if we
space?
did it like as a one-time thing, we'd be good. Like if we did it like
Yeah.
every like
100
20 years,
years,
who cares?
20. Oh, all right. I was
But you
thinking
know,
100.
like if we piled all the shit that we
Just
threw in the
gather
ocean,
all
like,
the trash for
launch it.
20 years and just shoot it.
But if we were doing it like on the daily, we would screw it up somehow. Someone would put like a
Your kid-
refrigerator that they're not
I
supposed
feel like
Yeah, it's like when you
space would start smelling like
recycle-
trash.
to. Yeah, recyclables
Oh.
only.
That's
It's
what I
like-
mean. Like, eventually, we would fuck it up.
Yeah.
Somehow.
It's just gonna permanently smell like trash all the
Yeah,
time,
Space
no matter
smells
where
like
you
trash
go.
now.
People are gonna get a tan.
Because I imagine if you shoot the trash,
Suntan lotion.
not all the trash is gonna make it to the sun, bro. It's gonna kind of like some of it's gonna come apart.
Yeah,
Unless-
that's what we're gonna mess up. We're gonna miss. We're gonna somehow miss the sun.
Yeah, that's what happened to Futurama, and it came back.
Right.
It was gonna
Yeah,
hit us. There's a big trash asteroid coming.
That
That's
would be
what
the
I
way
think.
it happens,
That
bro.
would be the way
That
the
would
world
be.
would. We
Oh
die
my
from our own
God.
fucking
Like we
20th
joke about it, but
century.
that's what's gonna happen.
that's that groaning, man. He's a time traveler.
He's
Maybe it's
fucking
real.
He knows what's that. He's guessed so many shit in the past, like the trash meteor
Not
is
just the
coming.
Simpsons. Yeah.
Fuck,
He's
that's
guessing for
scary.
year
To
3000.
think that he
too.
wrote that,
Exactly.
you know, because I didn't think about that. That's scary.
'Cause that's the one with the smelloscope where he has like he puts it like it's like the telescope with like a nostril thing. He's like, he's oh.
Dude, Futurama, I don't understand why a show that good got canceled so much. Like,
Dude, Futurama is
great show.
one of the only animated shows I have physically cried in.
Oh
Cried.
yeah, I believe that.
2 episodes too.
I was gonna say more than one episode for sure.
Yep.
Let me guess.
Uh,
Obviously, it's the one with the dog.
Oh yeah, so
Obviously,
fucking
it's that one.
sad. So sad.
I'm gonna also say, is it the last episode with Brian Leela where they like get old together?
It's
No,
the
it wasn't that
one. It's the one where she gets stung by the bee, and she keeps having the hallucinations, and she's dreaming that Fry is like her dream guy, and he's like, "I just need you to do one thing for me. Just wake up, Leela. Wake up." And she believes that she keeps going through all these lives with him, and then in the end, you find out she was in a coma, and Fry's been by her side like the entire time, just like, "Please wake up, Leela. Just please wake up, Leela." Like, and and I was just like, "Oh." No. Made me cry. Physical tears. I'm a sensitive guy, okay?
I agree.
Sad. It's a good show.
It's a
And
good show.
I'm not as big of a fan as The Simpsons as like Vernon is. I know he's a huge fan. And I like The Simpsons, don't get me wrong. I actually, on his recommendation, went and started watching the Treehouse of Horrors. Like, I started doing that play. My only complaint about that, and Disney Plus needs to work on this, is they don't play them back. You have to back out and go in and back out and go in. Like, just play them.
It
Like,
starts playing the season.
Do
exactly.
you guys
Just
have problems with Disney Plus where like it'll pause and then like the
Yes.
audio will keep going and then the video, but then it restarts where the video stopped?
Yep.
That was like from first week,
How-
man.
It still
How's
does. that to
Disney
me.
having problems like that?
Dude, yeah, exactly.
Disney.
Come on.
They own
Fix it
ABC,
before the
ESPN,
30th because I don't want
everything
any
else.
problems with
They own Mickey
Mandalorian.
Mouse. How?
Speaking of the Mandalorian, you guys watch that shit, right?
I
Yeah.
did, but I'm not
Guys,
into
out
Star Wars.
You
next week, I
guys
think.
know that every week I get together with my sister and we watch it, and you guys are welcome. We have a little watch party with it.
Oh,
If,
word.
if you guys would like to ever come to one.
I
That'd be
feel
cool.
you. I have to take you
Like,
up on that.
Yeah, bring Kyrie. My kids watched it. Everybody watches it. We usually
Kyrie
do it on
loves
weekends.
Mandalorian.
Oh, yeah.
Kyrie loves that shit.
My kids don't, but I tell them, shut up. I'm watching Mandalorian. Shh.
Kyrie will chill and watch it with us.
They
Oh, yeah.
gotta see what the baby is doing.
Yeah, Bella does, but my kids really don't. They're like, they don't care.
Star Wars is
But bring Kyrie because there's kids in my house. They can go up and play if he doesn't want to, you know. But oh yeah, I do. That shit happens to me at Disney Plus too. But that's my biggest complaint about the Simpsons Treehouse Horror. But anyways, getting back to my original point, I like Futurama more than I like The Simpsons. It's always just struck harder, and maybe that's just because I grew up with it more. But the Futurama is just great to me. Love that show. Love.
I definitely agree. And on that same note, I think we've talked about this. I like American Dad a lot better than Family Guy. Like, there's a lot of spin-offs that I
Yeah.
like more than.
I do too, but I personally think Family Guy gets too much hate nowadays. I feel like people are so negative about it. When I look back at it, Family Guy, like I see like on my Facebook timeline sometimes like little clips will come up from it, and I'm like, all right, this shit was funny. It was
yeah.
funny. I mean, it might have lost its luster now, and I haven't seen Family Guy in
Yeah.
years.
I'm gonna say
But-
I'm not that big on anything of like Seth MacFarlane's really anymore.
Oh, I think 1,000 Ways to Die in the West is
I didn't
hilarious.
see that.
Hilarious. When he is just like,
I remember seeing it.
I thought it was real funny. I think Ted's real funny too.
I like Ted.
I like Ted.
That's
And
a good
again, peak Family Guy is and to be fair, I probably haven't watched as much Simpsons as I should have. I used to go home though, and every day after school, I'd sit down and watch Simpsons. It was
I used to
on
watch a lot of Simpsons.
right after we got home from school. So I feel like I've given, like, not that I hate The Simpsons, like, I enjoyed The Simpsons too, but
Yeah.
like, to me, I always thought Family Guy was a little funnier. Like, peak
Yeah.
Family Guy, like, there are moments where,
It's
like,
because it was raunchier too. They
And
got
sure.
they got away with a lot more.
maybe that's just like what I like is, and I don't feel like I like raunchy comedy, but like, man, there's some Family Guy jokes, and even going into raunchy comedy where it's not like things. I don't usually like raunchy comedy, but the scene is, I don't even know, it's episode, season, whatever, but the scene where he's talking to Lois and he's like, I have a glass box around you, and then he like rips like a big fart and he's like dying like in the in the dinner table, and he's like and he's like sliding across the grass. Oh my god, I lost my shit during that, man. No, I liked Family Guy back in the day.
Yeah,
I mean,
I remember. Maybe if I actually like try to watch it again, I would enjoy it. You know.
I'm sure it's lost its luster. I just feel like it gets to more hate than it deserves. I think Seth MacFarlane personally is a super, super, super talented guy. The fact that he can do all these voices and come up with all this comedy, you know, and a lot of it is him. Like he does like
Yeah.
a lot of the voices and
Yeah.
a lot of the voices on the fly too. Do you guys know what the Graham Norton show is?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a show in like Britain.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
I've
I've seen.
seen-
I may
I've
have
seen the
this
clips.
clip,
yeah, there is a clip of Seth MacFarlane on there, and man, he's just great, man. He's just like, he's so easy to bounce off of himself that it's funny to me.
That's
Yeah.
all.
He bounces
think-
off himself.
Speaking of like Family Guy, I think I found myself, and this makes me feel old as can be, but I feel like a lot of older things are like, you know, things that we grew up with, if they're still relevant today, they were better when I was young, and I hate thinking that because that's definitely how our parents thought. Like music in my day was better than the music today, but it's like I think that now too.
I mean, yeah, I tend to
music
agree.
in our parents' day was better than our day, though.
I agree with that
our
too.
day. I like our day, but music in our
I
parents'
agree with
day,
both those statements.
See, I like the music. in my
Fantastic.
parents' day.
classic.
But you know, like look at stuff like Family Guy. Like Family Guy was funnier back in my back when I watched it as a kid. It was funnier.
But it was.
But it was.
It was. It was funnier. And maybe
Yeah.
it's just where I was in life, but it was funnier. But I don't feel like it is where I was in life because again, I have rewatched Family Guy clips
I
and I'm
think
like,
it's-
this
yeah.
shit's funny. Like I'll laugh at this. And then I watch recent Family Guy and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's not
it's
that
all
funny.
right.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Like,
I
not
hate
that it-
thinking that. There's a lot of things that I feel like I want to say that too, and I don't because I don't want it to sound like that. I don't want to be like,
Sound
yeah,
like
it
an
was
old-
better back then. The old stuff was better. Like the first few seasons were great. That kind of
Music
thing.
was better in my day. You
It's
know,
like
an
that with a lot of
artist.
shows. I want to say that like, yeah, the first few seasons were great and then it fell off. Like I
It
say that with how
happens,
many
though,
shows?
man.
I don't
You know
like
what?
to.
You know what artist I really love though? That is in my generation. That is a current pop star, but I love her.
Yeah.
Billie Eilish. I think Billie Eilish
Oh.
is so goddamn talented,
I
dude.
fuck with Billie Eilish, man.
Dude,
She's cool.
she is like
I like
a
that album she had.
talented artist. Like I
I can't
It's
love
say
just
I've
like her and her
any
brother
of them.
making all those songs.
yeah, dude. Like the simplest thing, she's got that song right now with it's on the radio, and there's that part where she's like, "It feels like my head was underwater," and it's like the production value of when she says that they like put her voice underwater. It's like bubbling up, like she was actually dunked her head. I know she didn't, but like she actually dunked her head in water.
Maybe she
Like
did.
that
maybe
is
she did.
such great
Seems like
production.
someone that would probably do that.
Oh, it's a good song, and like not only is it a good song, but I look at that production value and I'm like, oh my God, like good on them for not just like making that a throwaway line, like making it the most memorable line in that song because of what they did with the production. It has nothing to do with their voice, it has nothing to do with the lyric, just has
Yeah.
it was what they did with that point of the song. Great production. Key up. Whoever Billie Eilish's brother is, good producer.
Whoever her brother is.
Ken
Did that to a
Eilish, whatever
T.
his name is.
Something Eilish.
Something Eilish. Good production value, man. I'm with it. I'm
All
with
right.
it.
Yeah, I mean,
Well-
I agree though.
You guys want to wrap it up with that? With
Sure.
Billie
Yeah.
Eilish's brother being whoever he is.
Oh,
Yeah.
whoever he is,
Those-
shout out to John Doe Eilish. You're great. Love it. Love the production. Not that I don't let you love. Sister's talented too. She's great too. I'm a fucking 30-year-old man listening to Billie Eilish, and no shame in that. No shame.
Bro, I agree.
No shame. Great artist. Great. But
Yeah.
it's always good seeing you guys. Sorry I missed last week, but glad to be back.
No, I'm glad you
Yeah,
missed
glad to have
last
you
week
back.
just for what happened.
Wow.
Yeah,
All right.
just for what happened. Because now that's recorded and it's in the history books.
Now that is
It's in
now
our
that
podcast
the
history.
Google algorithm can harness that and
Drunk Alex video.
If
and
it's
that
more
this had to
entertaining,
pop-
you guys, I'll get out of the podcast and I'll just join it every Wednesday night drunk. I can get drunk by myself and join it every
Just like,
Wednesday.
hey guys,
No,
I
hey
can hear you
guys.
this time.
no, that's what Tap That is for. If you guys haven't tuned into
Yeah.
that yet,
Oh,
sure
that's
to.
great.
So go
Oh,
Yeah.
I
follow,
didn't
tap
tell
that,
you,
like, and
Evan,
subscribe.
but a little sneak peek for anybody who watches this. We are gonna do. They just came out with Dunkin' Donuts beer, and we found 2 cases of those, and we're gonna do those. It's not gonna come out this week. It's gonna next.
I guess I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it. I guess.
It's Dunkin' Donuts,
Is it just
man.
like the creamers or is it?
Dude, I don't know.
coffee, or-
I'll find out when I drink them. I don't know what it is, man.
I wanted to be on that episode.
Sure, come on down. I don't care. We can have you back. We can have all of
Alright.
you.
All
right, guys,
So
so-
Brittany will be on that one. All right.
Yeah,
It was
check out
great.
Tap That. Check out Squad Pod Sports.
Squad Pod Sports,
Check
loving
out
it.
Squad Pod Sports.
Talk about Chase
Have-
Claypool more.
maybe if
Mm.
Alex, I mean, you're banned right now, but if we ever get you on, we'll talk
Yeah.
about Chase Claypool.
We'll see.
Check out Squad Pod Sports on Twitter. New episodes every Thursday, and then check out Squad Pod on Twitter as well. I mean, it's not as active right now, but it's on there.
Check out
If
Squad
any,
Pod
if either
every-
of you
And new
guys wanna
bits
take
every
care of that,
Friday.
Spotify, iTunes, Twitter. Check it out on everything. Follow
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Follow the Facebook page.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
everything.
and subscribe
Listen,
to everything.
Subscribe. Yeah, if you haven't already, subscribe.
Please.
All right,
All right.
Please.
Later.
we'll see everyone next week.
Peace out.